What's going on, everyone? This is the RC News, episode 60. I do this every week. This week, we got a whole bunch of stuff to take a look at. Some teaser photos, the NURSA show, some race results. Let's get into it. This is pretty cool news. So the 110 scale IFMAR World Championships just happened in Sydney, Australia, and Brock Champlin took first in two-wheel drive buggy, piloting a Schumacher buggy. So that's awesome. A win for Schumacher, a win for Brock. In second, we got Davey Bada with Associated and Marcus Carup in third. So yeah, Associated's up there on the podium. In terms of companies, Schumacher and Associated. No X-Ray, interesting. Apparently they showed up with some shorter chassis and they weren't vibing with the track too much. So yeah, it was some good racing, good classic off-road 10 scales. So yeah, all the Associated haters, look, second and third. Anyway, moving on. Oh, look at that. Associated first and second. That's interesting. Marcus Carup came first in 4-mod buggy. We got Davide, I'm going to screw up his name, on Garo with Associated in second. That was an amazing race. And then Dakota Fend with X-Ray in third. And Burak Kilik actually came in fourth with the Mugen 4-mod buggy prototype here. Let's take a look at some of the photos from Red RC. Pretty awesome. I'm not seeing anything too crazy. There's probably some geometry changes within. Nothing sticks out really, but clearly it's a good handling buggy because, you know, he came in just ahead of David Ronefalk, the European champion, and pacing with these guys with a prototype buggy. So pretty awesome, definitely promising. It's looking really good, looking clean. Mugen stuff's really nice, but yeah, not sure if this is manufacturing level, but yeah, definitely know it's a prototype, and yeah, it's been making a bit of a buzz. Pretty cool. All right, we got some teaser photos from the NURSA trade show in the USA. HPI teasing with a 110 scale Sprint 3 Pro touring car. So this is pretty awesome. HPI coming out of nowhere with fast touring cars again. And they were kind of part of Hot Bodies back in the day somewhat. So they got a bit of racing pedigree, sorta, in their genes. Yeah, they even had like a truggy called the Hellfire. Yeah, so they're teasing this. Pretty interesting. It looks really nice, I gotta say. And here's the HPI Nanos with a whole bunch of new bodies. Pretty awesome. See a Beamer in there. See a couple Beamers. See, yeah, I think it's maybe all Beamers. What's going on in there? Anyway, Venture 18 Comp Crawler. This thing looked pretty good. There's some photos online of the body off, and it looks like they did a really nice job of it. Really nice layout. And then we got the Wheelie King is back. They're calling it the Monster King. They got a big one, the original, and then they got a mini version. So we'll see. It was kind of an interesting truck. Wasn't that great, so maybe they improved it. And we got the Venture 18 with some new colorways. I'm liking that tan. What do you guys think? What's your favorite one? The blue is pretty rad, but the tan looks a little more scale. And then we got the Sport 3s, the classic Sport 3s with the Porsche bodies on them. So yeah, really nice. HPI making a go of it. And this one was really interesting. They got a drift car that they're showcasing as well. It's all plastic inside and it looked really nice. There's some videos online showing it. And then the Savages. Interesting body with the new Savages. I don't know if I like it. You guys like it? I used to have a Savage with everything into G. It was so crazy. But yeah, Savages are classic. And then the Microbe. Microbe. Yeah, it looks like maybe a 128 scale little buggy, very similar to the Micro B. Man, this is crazy. So Will Speed has made their buggy conversion called the Fast Fox. Look at those shocks. So sort of inverted lay down with rocker arms design. I've got a bunch of photos here. Look at that. So crazy. I don't have any really good photos, but you'll kind of see here there's some rocker arms going on the side. See that? And then he's got like a push rod that the arm pushes up and then pushes another. I don't know why they took this photo. There's the rocker arms there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Ah, man, I wonder how this thing handles. And what about bodies? Like, how are we putting a body on it? What does the body look like? So interesting. I love 10 scale buggies and they all look the same. So when somebody does something a little different, this is a lot different. When somebody does something like this, it's exciting. Go check out Will Speed. This is pretty rad. 8 Wheels of Fury. This is the Terranaut from Hobby Plus. Active all-wheel steering trail and recovery vehicle. Pretty cool. Oh man, this thing looks awesome. Yeah, Hobby Plus platform, pretty proven. A lot of wheels and tires. And check this thing out, the SC6 from Cross RC. I didn't check specs or scale size. I just dug into the pictures because it's so scale. It has so much realism to it. Pretty awesome. Like the dashboard lights up. You can flip open the front end and get at the motor per se. Yeah, really nice. What does scale mean anyway? Like, things don't make sense anymore. 1/32 scales that are bigger than 1/30 scales, as you'll see later. But look at the cover on the back of this thing. I gotta see what the dimensions are. Does it fit original G.I. Joes? That would be the most important thing. Nice articulation, pretty decent suspension. Yeah, really nice. Cross RC makes some pretty nice military stuff. So yeah, that's it for the military trucks for today. Moving on. And you guys may have already seen this, but Red Cat came out with some pretty cool micro and mini crawlers. So we got the Ascent 1/32 scale in this dude's hand in red, and then the other colors on the table. And then the larger red truck there is the Apex 1/18 scale comp crawler. So yeah, this has been making some noise in the past week and pretty cool. So something notable, the 1/32 scale Apex is apparently just a copy of the 1/18 scale equivalent. So yeah, just shrunk down. So that's pretty cool, interesting. And then the Apex apparently is an amazing comp crawler right out of the box. Some of the videos I'm seeing, it just performs so well. I definitely want one of those. And yeah, this whole micro scale thing that's going on, pretty interesting. Apparently the Apex 1/32 is actually bigger than the 1/30th scale Axial that just came out, that's available in December. So that's kind of interesting. Scale isn't real. We live in a matrix and nothing's real anymore. So yeah, moving on. Man, what do you guys think of this thing? Look at this. They took the RC10 GT clearly and just raided the parts bin and made a buggy out of it. Maybe on a weekend over a couple beers, cut some holes in the buggy body. Hey, look, Ted, it fits. Yeah, pretty cool. I don't know, man. We don't really need to talk about it. We could talk about this though, why they call them gas buggies. That's kind of weird, isn't it? It's because back in the day you had stadium truck and 1/10 scale buggies and you only had 8 scale nitro. So they called them gas trucks, which was kind of weird. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they got a nitro buggy. Sorry, gas buggy, but nitro. Here's a classic. Kyosho released their Phantom 4-wheel drive 1/12 scale pan car. That's right, 4-wheel drive pan car. Something interesting though, look at this chain. It kind of goes across the carbon fiber tray there, and it looks like there's nothing separating it. It would rub. Does anybody in the comments know about this car? I was racing RC12s then in Corrales, so yeah, I'd love to know. Like, that chain's gonna rub, right? It's gonna make a lot of noise. Anyway, this thing's beautiful. It's re-released, and I want to know if the chain makes noise. Well, in case you missed this, Traxxas released the X Monster chassis, so kind of interesting. We got 1,600 bucks Canadian for the chassis. It's around 11 or 12 American, and the body's about 300 Canadian and about 200 American. So we're up there in price, and it's definitely a beautiful truck. I mean, they did a great job. When you see the videos of it online, it's awesome. But you know, that price, what do you guys feel about it? I mean, it's a crazy basher. I mean, you and I both know we could get something that we could jump equally as far and high. Might not look nice with the Bigfoot body. Can you jump an LMT like this thing? Not really. You kind of can, but not really. Anyway, it is what it is. And I kind of feel like with the prices now, like, what are we doing? Anyway, it's a beautiful truck. It's got a lot of power. Very interesting. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. And yeah, you can pick your body, and it's pretty nice. Looks like Next Racing came out with a titanium chassis for the RC28. Pretty awesome. Just a nice upgrade. If you don't like the carbon one, you want something a little more stiffer. Pretty cool. Titanium. Looks like maybe you can insert some weights in there and remove them. Very nice. $70 USD. Man, yeah, we're starting to see a lot of upgrade parts or just kind of tuning parts for the RC28. And DSM Off-Road's already got some scale accessories for the mullet that just came out from Vanquish. So pretty cool. We got a rear bed and we've got a rear bed. Where else would it go? And we've got some inner fenders. So really nice scale detailing from DSM Off-Road. If you've never seen them before, I've shown you guys a bunch of stuff from them, but yeah, Pretty cool. All right, you made it to the end of episode 60 of the RC News. Thanks to everyone who's stopping by. Thanks to everybody who's subscribing. I really appreciate everybody. Just trying to make a go of it, and I'm happy you like the news. Here we are at the nature part, and I am in the middle of nowhere. Have a good week, everybody. Peace.